This is not this is going to be a multi-valued attribute, but I'm just doing it to show you guys how to do the relationship. So you drag the relationship on the canvas, you point it to the primary key, you point it to your foreign key, and then you can like arrange it however you'd like, whatever looks good, right? Either way, whatever looks good, right? Then you can right-click on the relationship. You can say one or more. So let me drag another relationship on it so you can see. You see it has the many and the one side, and the optional and the mandatory, right? I can click on it and change the beginning symbol to 0, one or more, one and only one. You see it changes it over here. Same thing here, one and only one. Then I can change the other side with the end symbol, right? So, and then you connect this. So the way you define your primary key is you right-click the attribute and click Set Primary Key. And down here, I'll define this as my foreign key. One tricky thing is if you click on just the entity and you right-click, you're not going to get that. You have to actually click on an attribute. You see how it puts the box around it? Then right-click and you'll have those. You can set as required. You guys need to do that. Set as required for the required ones, right? And then let me just show you how to create the relationship in Access, and then we're done, guys. Sorry about the delay. So I have a children. I'm going to create a new table. We'll call it class ID, class, excuse my profanity, class name, and child ID, and we'll have to make this a number. Your data types have to match here. So if you have your child ID and children defined as a number, your foreign key has to be the same data type, right? So here I'm going to make this a number, save this, call this a class table. Yes, that's fine. So I've got to close all. Go here to Database Tools. Go to Relationships, add your children and your class. Then you take your child and drag it onto your other child ID. Check Enforce Referential Integrity and click Create. And now you see I have my one-to-many relationship there. Again, I'll show you quickly because this is important for your lab and I'm kind of rushing through it. I hide my tables. I can go to Database Tools. Well, I'm already on Relationships. No. I go to Database Tools at the top, Relationships. I already have it defined, so I can delete it. I don't remember how to delete it. I take my child ID, drag it onto my child ID so it already has to exist there. Enforce Referential Integrity, create. All right? So, and then at the end of the lab, there is one question. It says, currently in this ERD, every purchase can only have at most one type of product. If we want to allow purchases to have more than one type of product, how would you change the ERD? And if possible, please provide the corrected ERD. So if you want full credit, you should be posting up 2 ERDs. All right? So that's all I have for this class, guys. I appreciate your guys' patience. If you have any